Hello friends, welcome back to Friend of Health. So we have done a video regarding diathesis in Allen's keynotes. So in this video we'll be dealing with the temperaments, different temperaments and the medicines which appear in the Allen's keynotes. So the different methods are there to study all these things. You can by going through the different remedies, you can list out the temperaments in one side, and at last you can make a column where all the temperaments are listed in one side and the medicines corresponding to each in one side. That way also you can study. Otherwise, we are adopting the method of studying the way how we did the diathesis. So the exact constitution of the patient or the exact expression of the symptom in the Allen's keynote, if you go through the full sentence, it may be more helpful, we feel, so that any question comes from that area you can answer. Also, the sphere of action of the remedy or the basic diathesis or temperament the remedy belongs to, all these things you will understand. For practical purpose also it will be useful, and in competitive exams also. So more such videos of studying Allen's keynote in a easy way by grouping it under different symptoms, like ailments from all the ailments from present in Allen's keynote, all the potencies and dosages regarding the mentions of potencies and dosages, all the coatings of the masters, all these we have done in a study material and the recorded class in different videos in our course Materia Medica PERFECT Revision in the Front of Health app. So you can get the details in the comment box and also in the description box of this video. Okay, we'll go to the video. So Asterias rubens, the first medicine for the psychotic diathesis, flabby, lymphatic constitution, irritable temperament. This is our keyword, irritable temperament, Asterias. Baptisia tinctoria, if you see, for the lymphatic temperament, there is one line in Allen's keynote, for the lymphatic temperament. Lymphatic temperament is a keyword, Baptisia. So the symptoms also you can remember like that, corresponding to this temperament, what all expressions are there, the constitution, etc. So our purpose is for the competitive exam. This is mainly this line will be asked actually, a remedy for lymphatic temperament, and this will be there in the option Baptisia, Asterias, Chamomilla, like that. So you have to remember this by repeated revisions. So Chamomilla persons, especially children with light brown hair, nervous, excitable temperament, oversensitive from use or abuse of coffee or narcotics. So nervous, excitable temperament, Chamomilla. You can also remember this line because you cannot say, sometimes this may be a question, oversensitive from use or abuse of coffee or narcotics. So in a kind of case format they can give, like a person with a light brown hair of nervous and excitable temperament came with a complaint of like that they can give, and the ailments will be oversensitive from use of abuse of coffee or narcotics. So you have to keep all these lines in mind and you have to think of Chamomilla. Okay, so next is Coffea cruda, tall, lean, stooping persons, dark complexion, sanguine choleric temperament. So Coffea cruda. Okay, then Ferrum metallicum, persons of sanguine temperament, again a sanguine temperament remedy, prominent sanguine temperament remedy, Ferrum metallicum. Pettish, quarrelsome, disputative, easily excited, least contradiction, angers, anacardium, cocculus ignatia also, and amelioration from mental exertion. That also is a very, very important symptom you have to keep in mind, Ferrum metallicum, amelioration from mental exertion. Next is Gelsemium semperviens. And for children, young people, especially women of a nervous hysterical temperament, the remedies are Crocus, Ignatia also. Then other remedies will come. Many remedies are there in Allen's keynote which are correlating to or corresponding to nervous temperament. Like you can see in this page itself, Glonoin, then the Ignatia, then Nux moscata, Valeriana, Pulsatilla, all these remedies, then magnesium carb, Chamomilla, Sickle core, sulfur, many remedies will come in nervous temperament. So next is Glonoin. Nervous temperament, plethoric, florid, sensitive women, persons readily affected. So Glonoin, nervous temperament. Next is Hyoscyamus, persons of a sanguine temperament who are irritable, nervous, hysterical. So sanguine is the temperament, but we can also count them under irritable temperament, nervous temperament, and hysterical temperament. So Ignatia amara, one of the prominent hysterical remedy, so especially suited to nervous temperament, women of a sensitive, easily excited nature, dark hair and skin, but mild disposition, quick to perceive, rapid in execution, in striking contrast with the fair complexion, yielding, lachrymose, but slow and indecisive, pulsatilla. So there is a comparison. So wherever a comparison is there, you can expect a question. Wherever bracket is there in an keynote, wherever there is a comparison is there, the close running remedy, all those things you have to compare. So here in pulsatilla, yielding disposition, lachrymose, and slow and indecisive, and fair complexion. Where in this one, Ignatia, there will be dark hair and skin, dark complexion, and other disposition, everything will be similar to pulsatilla, mild disposition and all. So you have to understand Ignatia, nervous, hysterical temperament. And Lacus mutus, persons of a less melancholy temperament, melancholic temperament, dark eyes and a disposition to low spirits and indolence, women of choleric temperament with freckles and red hair, also phosphorus. So choleric temperament and melancholy temperament corresponds in the remedy Lachesis. Next is magnesium carb, one of the nervous temperament remedy for persons especially children of irritable disposition, nervous temperament, chamomilla, nervous temperament, and lax fiber, sour smelling of whole body, rheum also. Magnesium carb and rheum, sour smell of whole body, nervous temperament, magnesium carb. Then meserium, for light-haired, irresolute persons of a phlegmatic temperament, murex, persons of a melancholy temperament. Then nitric acid, especially suited to thin persons of rigid fiber, dark complexion, black hair and eyes, the brunette rather than the blonde. Nervous temperament. So nitric acid, N for nervous, like that you can remember. And Ex moscata, again N for N, nervous hysterical Ex moscata, adapted especially to women and children of a nervous hysterical temperament. Ignatia you have to compare. So all the nervous hysterical temperament you have to list down in the last. So to people with a dry skin who rarely perspire, complaints of pregnancy, Ex moscata, nervous hysterical temperament. Complaints of pregnancy is a question which appeared in previous question papers. So you can think about that while studying Ex moscata, complaints of pregnancy. And next, vomica, adapted to thin, irritable, careful, zealous persons with dark hair and bilious or sanguine temperament, Axomica, and disposed to be quarrelsome, spiteful, malicious, nervous, and melancholic. And next is chiefly successful with persons of an ardent character, of an irritable, impatient temperament, disposed to anger, spite, or deception. So Hahnemann, wherever Hahnemann quotes are there, Herring quotes are there, Lippe quotes are there. Regarding the other authors, wherever some quotes are there in some of the medicines in Allen's keynote, we have done a video in our course. So this kind of diathesis, temperament, all these things, if you group and study the quotes, the ailments, all these things, if you group and study, that much symptoms you can cover, and also questions comes from that area in every question paper. So that is a way. So Hahnemann has said about Naxomica regarding Nux is chiefly successful with persons of an ardent character, of an irritable, impatient temperament. So irritable, impatient temperament. Then phosphorus, adapted to tall, slender persons of a sanguine temperament, fair skin, delicate eyelashes, fine blonde or red hair, quick perceptions and very sensitive nature, sanguine temperament. Then platinum metallicum, adapted to women, dark hair, rigid fiber, thin, of a sanguine temperament. So again, platinum metallicum, ferrum metallicum, all those remedies, sanguine temperament, who suffer from too early and too profuse menses, sanguine temperament. And podophyllum peltatum, adapted to persons of a bilious temperament, who suffer from gastrointestinal derangement, especially after abuse of mercury. So gastrointestinal derangement, especially after abuse of mercury, bilious attacks, podophyllum, you have to keep it in mind. Then bilious temperament. So whatever constitution is there, they can ask in a case format, case scenario like that. So in Allen's keynote, wherever this constitution, in this this one slide itself, in this presentation itself, a lot of constitution are covered actually regarding the diathesis and temperament when you cover itself. Otherwise also some are there which we missed, so you have to go through all the constitutions. So pulsatile and aggregants adapted to persons of indecisive, slow, phlegmatic temperament, sandy hair, blue eyes, pale face, easily moved to laughter or tears, affectionate, mild, gentle, timid, yielding disposition, the woman's remedy. So pulsatile, phlegmatic temperament. And caecile cornutum, adapted to women of thin, scrawny, feeble, cachectic appearance, irritable, nervous temperament. Caecile core, irritable, nervous temperament, pale, sunken countenance. Then Silesia terra, adapted to the nervous, irritable, sanguine temperament, persons of psoric diathesis. We have seen in diathesis part, Silesia, psoric diathesis. So here, nervous, irritable, sanguine temperament corresponds to Silesia. It is adapted. And sulfur, persons of nervous temperament, quick motioned, quick tempered, plethoric, skin excessively sensitive to atmospheric changes. Hepasulf, calicab and sorinum. Nervous temperament, sulfur. And Tuja acts well in lymphatic temperament in very fleshy persons, dark complexion, black hair, unhealthy skin, lymphatic temperament. So, very fleshy person, dark complexion, black hair, unhealthy skin, Tuja occidentalis, lymphatic temperament. Valeriana officinalis, excessive nervous excitability, hysterical nervous temperament, Ignatia, Pulse, then Valerian, all those remedies. Persons in whom the intellectual faculties predominate. Persons in whom intellectual faculties predominate. Changeable disposition. You may get confused with 2 bovinum. This exact line is there in Valerian actually. Changeable disposition. Persons in whom the intellectual faculties predominate. Hysterical nervous temperament. Veratrum album. For children and old people, the extremes of life, persons who are habitually cold and deficient in vital reaction, young people of a nervous sanguine temperament, veratrum. So all these temperaments you can list down, then you can watch this video, then you can go through the remedies which correspond to each temperament, then that way you can study. So all the best wishes for your exams, and try to download our app and join the batches which are going on, free batches, and also some courses, some are the paid courses, so you can get free live sessions in our batches and all. So all the best wishes.